Warning. Geesebumps is a comedy podcast based on the works of R.L. Stine. Any similarity to an actual literature podcast is coincidental and unintentional.
Dead or alive? After last year's scary adventure, Gabe's a little nervous about being back in Egypt, back near the ancient pyramids, back where he saw all those creepy mummies. Then, he learns about an Egyptian superstition, a secret chant that's supposed to bring mummies back to life. Gabe's uncle says it's just a hoax, but now it sounds like something's moving in the mummy's tomb. No way a couple of dumb words could wake the dead. Can they?
The words that he says that awakens the mummy is
2 for 1 at Subway.
eat fresh.
Welcome to Geesebumps, a Did You Mean Goosebumps podcast. I'm Danielle. I have a funny voice and a PhD.
My name is Jojo, and I have a voice. I have a voice that's like Charmin Ultra Soft on your earlobes, and I also have a PhD.
My name is Jeff, and I've been told that one of my best characteristics is my voice, actually.
Why? Well, what I don't get though, Jeff, is you said that like a fuck you to me and Danielle that we didn't deserve.
It was a little hostile. There was some hostility.
Yeah, well, wait until we get to the rest of the content of this episode.
Oh boy, are we going to get real hostile.
Listen, guys, I got some bad news. This is worse than me dying. It's still February, which means that love is still in the air. If you didn't open the windows or plug in a Glade plug-in, love is in the air still. So it's with a heavy heart that I have to announce that this story from Mura Dominco. This is a quote. It starts with a quote. This is how they start because they want to come in hot. Okay, and I gotta stress that they're coming in hot with this story because they want to hit you as hard as they can, as fast as they can.
Yeah,
it's like Mike Tyson.
do it. Hit me.
Bite me, daddy.
I don't really see a lot of growth in the U.S. Isn't something you'll often hear from the heads of major restaurant chains, but that's exactly how John Chidsey, CEO of sandwich chain, who can guess?
Subway?
Jeff, Subway. The CEO of sandwich chain and well-known form of transportation in cities that thought to do it, Subway, recently described the brand's domestic plans. And of course, there's more than the message. Chidsey was referring to the fact that Subway was best known to open restaurants at a frenzied pace, which is not what you like to hear about a place that puts bread with cheese in the middle of it.
It is accurate.
Yeah.
But it is shifting gears and taking a different approach to growth in its domestic marketplace. Quote, I still think there's some non-traditional opportunities in the U.S. Hey, what's
a non-traditional?
more non-traditional than 2 pieces of bread and some meat?
Well, sandwich artists, there's going to be the sandwich stand-up, the sandwich improv. You don't know what you're going to get.
It's going to be a little bit sandwich avant-garde, you know? And you're like, I would like a turkey ham and Swiss. And they're like, very well. Here's a lamp with a rubber glove in the socket.
Is this all building up to Subway NFTs? Because that's what it sounds like it's building up to.
Oh, God, you're right.
Well, here's the thing, Jeff, and this is the important thing that separates our show from the Bim Bam, is we typically end with NFTs.
Yes, we do.
Besides bolstering the menu, Subway has also been shedding underperforming restaurants en masse, which sounds more violent. In 2020, it allegedly closed more restaurants than any other chain ever in the history of the business.
What?
Although the exact number of closures, which some say is over 2,000, which, by the way, can you imagine 2,000 Subways? Like, I can, and I don't want to. both Starbucks and McDonald's could soon have a bigger global footprint than Subway, which is currently the biggest chain by unit count in the world. While Chidsey says he doesn't anticipate the chain shuttering many more locations in the United States, some believe thousands more restaurants could close. How are there so many fucking Subways? I ask Joe.
Where's all that bread gonna go from the restaurant that closes?
Into my mouth.
There's a lot of... Listen, Jeff, you know who's taking this the hardest is Ducks. Franchisees with insider knowledge echoed a similar prediction last year, saying many of the chain's operators are looking to get out of the Subway business and are unloading the restaurants for dirt cheap.
Ooh,
Which here's the thing, guys. You know how much it costs to open a Subway?
Do we have? Well, is it $1,000? Because that's what's in my bank account right now.
It's $9,000 to
Oh
open a
man, just
Subway.
9 more
I
months.
think we just came up with a business plan.
So, and Jeff, you were right. Does it need to expand? What's the official sandwich of the metaverse? Jeff, you tell me that. You riddle me that.
The Zuckenberger.
The
The
Zuckenberger.
Zuckenberger does sound like it.
Danielle,
would be the
did that
official
come
meta.
off the dome?
It did.
That was impressive. Jeff, just do this so you can retire. Just make the Zuckerberger and put it on OpenSea.
Yeah, just do this so we can buy a Subway and retire.
That's the end goal for most people in their lives. Is, you know what? I just want to settle down and buy a Subway.
Yeah.
I just want to have a restaurant that's kind of like narrow, so there's not a lot of space to walk around. And if there is a fire inside, we are all going to die.
I want a restaurant where there are chairs that you know are for decoration. Like they're not meant for sitting.
I'd like a restaurant that's all windows, so when you order that $5 footlong and you make the weird decision to sit inside of this restaurant to eat it, everyone can see your shame. All right. Well, on the topic of Subway, what garbage did we actually read for today's episode?
What garbage did we brain consume this time around? So this whole book is called Return of the Mummy.
Isn't that also the name of the movie?
The Mummy Returns is the name of the movie.
For fuck's sake,
Yeah.
guys.
The Curse of the Mummy was the movie. The Return of the Mummy was the sequel to The Mummy. The Curse of the Mummy. The Curse of the Mummy doesn't imply a mummy's in it.
No, it's just a curse.
Yeah, it could just be some idyllic like suburb in Chicago.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
It would have been
Yeah.
nice to see a Mummy's Curse come to a more like contemporary setting.
Yeah, it's kind of good like when the weird stuff happens in like a relatable location.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
boy, we didn't get that. So,
Nope.
Okay, this is Goosebumps number 23. So we're in that middle of the career period for R.L. Stine,
We're in that middle period.
where everything he wrote it's like every book from the 20 to 30 was bad. Like all Goosebumps sequels, this one stars. Well, actually, no, not like all Goosebumps sequels. What the fuck am I talking about?
Who knows?
This one has Gabe though. It's the return of Gabe. He's going back to Egypt with his uncle Ben and Aunt Maru before the Empire strikes him down, and his will they or won't they cousin Sorry.
Yeah, too much sexual tension.
There is actually.
Just a lot. They're about to land in Egypt. Gabe he's flying back, I guess, to visit, and he has his magical summoner mummified hand that he bought at a garage sale, and it was cold, and he was like, oh, beans, I guess that means something bad going to happen.
And he made friends with the stewardess.
He did make friends with the stewardess. Did that come back? Did that have any purpose?
It had no purpose, but it does
Cool.
have the line, I said goodbye to Nancy and thanked her for all the peanuts. And I was just like, thanks for all the fish.
This is good, so we know his character. And then he lands. He his uncle gives him a necklace, and he thinks he sees a scarab in the necklace that's moving around, and it's not scary. But they cut the chapters like that, so you do think it is.
I was looking at the necklace. Cut.
And by the way, this whole adventure, quote unquote, takes place at a pyramid, I think.
Yes. Because they're just camped outside it. So it's either in a tent or in the pyramid.
And in real life, you can see a Walmart from the pyramids.
Yes. The pyramids are right up against the city.
So him and his cousin go to explore, and then this random woman shows up, and her name is Nyla Ramad. And she's a She's a hotshot reporter. She's here to get the scoop. And they go out of their way to make it like she's super hot.
Oh, yeah. No. And she's like super into whatever Uncle Ben's saying. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, she's like hanging on his every word.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know about y'all, but he has like a very David Attenborough energy to me.
That's giving him too much credit.
There's also like an evil business partner named Dr. Omar Fielding. By the way, I'm actually looking at a real summary, and even the real summary is all over the fucking place. They learn some magic words to bring the mummy back to life.
Uncle Ben just knows them.
Yeah. They being Gabe. They being
The
like our
Lovebirds,
main
Gabe and
character.
Sorry.
They being Gabe and Sorry.
Gabe says the words 5 times out loud in front of a mirror with the lights off.
Candyman, 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 Candyman.
That's right. And then the kids are met by Fielding, who
Candyman.
basically like who's looking for Ben, who disappeared. There's a lot of just like the grown-ups are somewhere in the pyramid.
There's a lot of like, where's Uncle Ben? I don't know. Where's so-and-so? I don't know.
And then they goof around for a while, and eventually they find that Uncle Ben was inside of a sarcophagus unconscious, and the kids wonder, where was the mummy that was supposed to be in here? And then they run into that reporter, Nyla, who, as it turns out, the Nile was named after her.
That's right.
Because she's the princess or some shit.
They didn't state distinctly if it was time travel or she's just very old.
But without warning, the mummy, because there was a mummy in this one.
Yes, they crack open this tomb.
It lunged out to try to grab Nyla because Nyla she used her magic powers to summon her brother, who was a mummy.
She used the hand that she stole from Gabe.
Which is magic.
Yeah. So she stole a little garage sale mummy hand.
It's not like she practically did it, Jeff.
Yeah.
It wasn't a practical effect. It was magic. So Nyla's holding the summoner, waves it around. She calls the mummy, which is her brother. She tells the brother, kill these guys that helped me bring you back, because fuck them. I really wonder that whole impulse, like, and now I need to stop you so you won't talk. And it's like, have you seen like
Anything.
like we're not that threatening to police body cam footage. Like, what is wrong
Right?
with you? So like anyway, so they fight a bit. Nyla, Gabe tries to rescue Nyla, but he accidentally tears off her pendant because the mummy hates Nyla, as it turns out.
Brother, sister. Oh, man. Siblings.
Nyla wails and reveals. Oh, so she was old, Jeff, as it turns out. That's why. You just forgot.
Well,
this.
she turned into the scarab.
She was old, and the pendant was the secret to her elongated youth, according to this. Every night, she crawled into it, and it allowed her to live 3,000 years.
A little apartment that you take with you.
Yeah. And as she gasped at the shards of her pendant, Nyla turned into a scarab. And then Dr. Hassan emerged, and the mummy died. And then apparently, this is actually what it says here in the synopsis. Apparently, Dr. Fielding had seen Nyla enter the pyramid, and he had brought Dr. Hassan to investigate. So even this synopsis is like, I guess this is what happened.
Yeah, I don't remember that distinctly being the thing that happened.
No.
Dr. Hassan was knocked unconscious. Dr. Fielding left to get the police.
Yes.
This is all the fuck out of order.
Yes.
Dr. Fielding returned with multiple police, I guess multiple times, and apologized to Sorry for not responding. And then Dr. Hassan told the officers that Nyla had escaped and that the mummy hadn't walked.
That's right.
Because like, this is like, what if people find out? The world isn't ready.
They're not ready for this. They're not ready.
The Berlin Wall came down just a few years ago. We can't take another hit.
Formula 410, no thank you. We'll stick to 409 and remain mortal. Now, that night, Gabe is bragging about how brave he was.
Yes.
Big king shit
To
there.
whom?
He gloats about breaking Nyla's pendant and turning her into a scarab, but Sorry warns him that Nyla might be looking for him as a scarab.
That's right.
And then when he goes to bed, he's about to go to sleep, and then he cries out in pain. We're guessing because he was bit by a scarab.
They say earlier that if you are bitten by a scarab, it's fatal. You die.
They reprinted this one.
Why?
I don't know.
I think he was cashing in on that mummy fever that we all had back in the mid 90s, and then again in the late aughts.
Jeff, I want to believe you. But let me just pull something up real quick.
Uh-oh.
Brendan Fraser's The Mummy.
That was 1999, the first one.
Then this was way the fuck before.
Yeah. Was there any mummy movies in the mid 90s? This came out in 94, I think.
Yeah.
Mummy
Movies 90s.
90s. Let's see here.
No.
So
Really?
No, there's The Tale of the Mummy in 1998, and then The Tomb came out in 1986.
Do you know what the name of the first movie that had a mummy in it? It was called
Robbing Cleopatra's
Are we
Tomb
looking at the same list of mummy films?
by Georges Miller.
Yeah, not many money, like especially 1994. From 1991 and 1992, 93, 94, there were no mummy movies.
Wow.
Period.
What were we
Although
into
there was the year after Monster Mash, a computer animated comedy horror film with a mummy in it with Candace Cameron. So
then? Well, if Candace Cameron's in it,
maybe this inspired that. They were like, we need another groovy ghoulie. Who are we gonna have?
This is making me realize how poorly mummies are used in pop culture media because
they can't do anything.
look at the mummy movies, Danielle. Those are smash hits. I love The Mummy and The Mummy Returns.
I do. The Mummy is a classic.
Yeah, and it's just that's a monster that they don't know what to do with, either on film or apparently in books.
No one's figured out.
It's a very slow, sedentary monster that doesn't do anything.
But what is the mummy? Like, what primal fear does the mummy?
Death.
That's not very good, Danielle.
The thing is, the first one was scary. Now there was some stuff in the first book which was scary, which was
like that creepy Uber ride.
Yes, the creepy Uber ride was scary, but also the concept, the things that's scary about a mummy are being turned into a mummy while alive.
Yes, being mummified alive.
I mean, mummified alive is the scary thing.
But do we get even jack shit of that in any of these?
But in the first book they do allude to that. And that's what the guy was doing. He was turning people into mummies, but it could have just been a serial killer at that point. Like, we didn't need any other bullshit. In this one, what is it in this one? Is it running around?
Well, there's a part where Gabe is like looking at the mummy and speculating and being like, oh shit, he's about my size and he died and they covered him with hot tar and cloth. And he's been lying in this case for 4,000 years. It's like Gabe confronting mortality and recognizing.
Gabe's an empath.
Yeah, exactly.
But only for mummies.
Yes, he's a mummy path.
He's okay. He's kind of an empath. I'll give you that one. But I still don't understand.
There's nothing really scary. Well, in this book in particular, there's no real danger.
If you're about to tell me that death isn't scary, I'm going to have to fight
I'm not going to say that death isn't scary, Danielle. I'm just going to say that in this one, death doesn't happen. Nothing happens in this. There's no threat of any kind in this book.
I will give you that.
I think we need to go on the record as saying, which we probably said it earlier as well.
We're going to go on the record on this audio medium that we recorded.
I absolutely hate this book.
This is the worst one.
This is probably one of the worst, if not the worst.
I can point to any random page and find something I hate about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it might as well be blank. There's nothing that happens.
It's like, as you like to point out, Joe, like the Bob's Burgers quote, if it was spice, it would be flour.
If it was a book, it would be two books different. If it actually, you know what? That's not even true. If it was a book, it wouldn't even be different.
It would just be this.
Yeah, it would be this. Another of the same.
From now on, the burn is, if it was a book, it would be this book, The Return of the Mummy, the Curse of the Mummy 2.
This is such a bad Goosebumps. It's such a bad R.L. Stine book.
There's something to love in every book that we read, even the ones that we don't especially like.
We critique with love and also a little bit of hate.
And you can always find something even in the wackiness that you enjoy, like even in
piano lessons.
Piano lessons
can be murder. Seems like fucking fucking.
It's David Lynchian now to me.
Yeah, it's just so weird now.
This one, and it's one of the biggest. It's the thing that I realized reading through it is one, no plot happens until chapter 19, but there's no scenes. Like, they are at the pyramid and they're outside the pyramid the whole book.
Yeah.
They don't go anywhere. They don't do anything. They go in the pyramid twice. And when they're not in that pyramid twice, which is midway through and at the end, they're in a tent outside the pyramid. They don't go to the city.
Jeff, you say that. I can't actually tell you that I clocked that there was a camp. I just thought they were like never not in the pyramid.
There's like an encampment outside. That's where they're staying at. That's the whole thing. They're not in a hotel. In the previous book, they went to a museum. They went through the city. Oh my God. All the budget on that book. If it was a movie, whew.
Big budget.
They treat this book like it was like, all right, look, we've got $500 of budget to shoot.
This was a bottle episode.
Ugh.
This is like the old Star Trek show where they're like, all right, 2 studios are over. They're shooting Hogan's Heroes. So I guess on this one, Kirk goes to a Nazi planet. You know what I mean? Like, it's that kind of a deal.
Reuse the costumes from that other set.
This book wasted my time more than any of the other ones wasted.
Well, the thing that I think about, because we really do need to just talk about at least one scene apiece, because that's the contract that we made with whatever group picks up our podcast for syndication after we hit the 100 episodes.
Yes, whatever. When we become the most popular podcast.
Because this one has nothing. I can't even think to like.
I've got one.
I've got a few things highlighted, but they're.
I don't mean like okay, but I mean like themes.
Oh no,
I
there's
mean
nothing.
Like things this book is about. Not like there are words on pieces of paper in this binding. What I'm saying is to say that this book is about something, even unintentionally, is nonsense to me.
Okay, but see, there's this interesting character parallel between.
There is no.
Between
there is
Ben?
a character parallel. Interest is subjective, Danielle.
Jojo, you can't throw out a challenge like that and not expect Danielle to answer your call.
Exactly. There's parallel. Okay, so we've got Ben and Fielding, right? And they're like rivals, and they're frenemies. Same thing with Sari and Gabe.
Romance.
What does it mean?
Forbidden
Romance?
romance.
That's what I thought.
Forbidden romance? Is that what it means, Danielle?
Is this book about the forbidden romance of incest and in the office?
Incest and homosexuality maybe being taboo because it's the 90s and we don't know things.
This book, you know what? You're right, Danielle. This book is about taboos.
And
romantic taboos.
And I mean, we want to talk about romantic tension. Romantic tension between Nyla and her mummy brother is palpable.
There's a lot of family stuff going on here.
weird family stuff in here.
She likes him way more than he liked her.
Yeah, no, he was not happy to see her, but she was like,
Isn't that always how it goes, though, guys? You know, as you're kind of
want that zombie
navigating
dick, you
through
just
your
can't
early
get it.
3000s, that you're just trying to find Mr. and Mrs. Right.
and you're just like, man.
But you let yourself sit in a sarcophagus long enough to be like, you know what? Maybe I'm better single. You know, like
Yeah, maybe I don't need you in my life. Maybe you're toxic.
I need to focus on me, the mummy, for a little bit. Let's shift gears a little bit and get some semblance of structured content for this podcast. So I have some way of editing this like a sane person.
Let's have a game plan, as I don't want to spend much time on this.
This is chapter 8, page 37. And the only reason I have this highlighted is because I was like, hey, I know that.
Okay.
So they're all hanging out at the something I remember. They're going inside of the pyramid for the first time. So Gabe and Sari and Uncle Ben and some folks. The big thing is that there's a tomb that they're going to open up, and they're thinking it's going to be like the cousin of King Tut, I think is the whole point.
And Uncle Ben is like, this is going to be the biggest deal ever. And I'm like, bitch, it's just King Tut's cousin.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck.
All that we're going to do is eat that mummy.
Exactly.
They're just going to eat it. Yeah, get that mummy juice.
They all taste the same.
So that's the underlying plot, is that there's a new room opening up that's supposed to be like a big deal. And that's why
It's the new hot room that everyone's talking about. Anyone who's anyone is going to be in there. Hey, what are you wrapped into? Who are you wrapped in tonight?
Hey, you want to have your brain pulled out through your skull nose? That's fine.
We got the hooks for that.
This is just stupid. They're all going into side. This is page 36, chapter 8. Up ahead, Uncle Ben was telling Neela about King Tut and Prince Koru. It sounded to me as if Uncle Ben was trying to impress her. I wonder if he had a crush on her or something.
Nothing gets ladies hotter than hearing about old boring shit.
This is so thrilling, I heard Neil exclaim. It was so nice of Dr. Fielding and you to let me see it. Who is Dr. Fielding? I whispered. My father's partner, Sorry whispered. But Daddy doesn't like him. You'll probably meet him. He's always around. I don't like him much either. I stopped to examine a strange-looking marking on the tunnel wall. It was shaped like some kind of animal head. Sorry, look, I whispered. An ancient drawing. Sorry rolled her eyes. It's Bart Simpson, she muttered. One of Daddy's workers must have drawn it there. So,
whoa.
two problems with this.
Whoa.
One, that Gabe is so out of touch with pop culture in the 90s that he can't recognize Bart Simpson.
Look at this weird animal head.
And two, that the workers in this tomb would be so irresponsible and so unethical that they would, of all things, do the greatest crime of drawing Bart Simpson inside of an ancient tomb.
Well, Jeff, it would be top of mind because remember, Mr. Burns had been shot at this point.
Oh, no.
And we didn't know.
We didn't know who shot him.
We didn't know who shot him.
Is this book just guerrilla marketing?
Dude.
Or who shot Mr. Burns?
Brilliant. God.
I think
everything,
so. I think so.
Everything about that.
It's real because oh man, it must have been top of mind for RL because he probably feels a little bit of a kinship with Simpsons.
But yeah, I had that highlighted simply because I was just like, one, strange pop culture reference.
Yes.
Two, the way you inserted it was extremely out of sorts for what this book is supposed to be about.
And the way that they're just totally chill with the workers fucking messing up this pyramid.
Just ruining it.
Just ruining it with Bart Simpson.
Was that so what was this supposed to show us, this Bart Simpson head drawn?
What is the
pyramid?
meaning? What is the symbolism?
Show me the meaning.
Show me.
Because okay, let's
You want to break down what this actually, what purpose this serves, how important it is?
Well, it's because we know the real answer. But let's say he didn't just throw this in here to
Let's say
pad
it's
for time.
very, very intentionally done.
So what could it possibly mean? Well, there's all the workers who have to be able to at least watch The Simpsons to know that Bart Simpson exists and have strong enough feelings about it that they recognize that this is like a cultural juggernaut and that it is their duty to spread it around like a street team. So they've got to be younger, probably in their 20s, probably grad students who would have had access to The Simpsons, who were taken far from it, you know. So this is an expression of angst at these old fogies trying to reclaim literally the lost glory of an ancient age when really we got all the Simpsons to watch. So it's a commentary on getting older or something.
I think it's about that they're in this bosom of culture, this ancient building, this ancient artifact, and they can't understand any of these hieroglyphics. To them, they're just funny doodles.
Right.
So why don't we make our mark? And what's more important to somebody in the 90s than the ever-present pop culture phenomenon of The Simpsons, as well as other pop culture icons? I'm sure if they walked further down and we got a few more pages, they would have seen just like Michael Jackson.
They would have seen Michael Jackson.
Scrolled on there.
They would have seen the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Our language is no longer that of words and writing. It is now that of pop
memes?
culture icons, cartoons, and memes. That's what it's talking about.
That's what it's talking about.
Hideo Kojima wrote this book, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Okay, let me break it down for you. So this Bart Simpson head is a double fuck you. It's a fuck you number one to the archaeologists who are like, this place is so precious, blah, blah, blah. And it's a fuck you number two because if you recall, Bart Simpson has spiky hair that kind of looks like a crown.
Oh.
So they're saying that these old fucking kings and shit
are not
they're
as
nothing.
Impressive as the return of our true king.
Yes, we are now ruled by the true
Bartholomew Simpson.
Exactly.
Oh, I have actually, I know what it really is.
Okay, this is good. What next? Go ahead and one up that one, Jeff.
Assuming by what Gabe says, we're to assume that this was one of the workers who scrawled Bart Simpson's visage
Yes.
on the wall.
Okay.
actually, if you want to dive deeper, it wasn't one of the workers. It was actually there. This pyramid is from a far distant past, which was our future.
Oh my God.
Jeff, are you suggesting that, and I'm not saying it was aliens,
Was it Stargate?
but was it aliens?
It
that
was
put
Stargate
here?
aliens, yes.
Yes.
So wait a minute. So we're dealing with a bit of a Stargate situation.
Yes. Yes. Love it.
See,
Love it,
Jeff,
love
you
it,
don't
love it.
understand though. The amount of power it takes for the Stargate to go back in time
Oof,
is so high. When did Stargate come out?
Oh God.
Stargate came out in like 96, I think.
Sounds right.
Stargate film. It's so shocking to me that the Stargate movie was so phenomenally bad, but the Stargate show went on for like 30 seasons.
94 Stargate.
Wow.
There is our mummy. There's
our mummy.
pyramid connection.
Oh my God.
We were just thinking the arbitrary
Holy
binary
shit. Hang on,
mummies.
hang on,
we
hang on.
weren't thinking space mummies.
We were thinking too
Okay, this book came out 1 month before Stargate the film.
So he saw one trailer. He took a week to write the book.
Saying it took him a week is generous.
It took him. He had to eat. He had to watch the trailer twice more. He had to call up Roland Emmerich, his good friend Roland Emmerich. R.L. Stine is the
this a
Roland Emmerich of
joint?
authors.
It is. Oh my God, it is.
Yes. He really is.
Okay,
Oh
so that's
my
what it is. This is
God.
we're gonna find out that in the next mummy one, Gabe goes back in time and he writes that he's got to keep the continuum correct. He's
Yep.
got to Bill and Ted it, so he's got to do the thing that he saw later on as a kid.
Well, hot dog.
Called it.
Nailed it.
Wow.
Nailed it. You're all welcome.
Thank
This
you,
book's
Jeff.
good now.
This book is incredible.
I hated this book, and I actually didn't like Stargate the movie, but I loved Stargate the show because MacGyver was in it, and Christopher Judge, who became Kratos.
There's one of your anti-jokes in here. I thought that would win you over.
Which one was that?
It's from Uncle Ben. Who else? In chapter 3.
He's got big dad energy, even though he's an uncle.
Big dad energy.
Big Uncle Dad energy.
And Uncle Ben's like, by the way, do you know what they called flies in ancient Egypt? Sorry, and I shook our heads no. I don't either, Uncle Ben said, grinning. One of his dumb jokes.
That wasn't. Yeah, that is dumb.
That's an anti-joke.
It's an anti-joke.
You can say that about anything. You don't have to use flies. It's like
Yeah,
a multi-use joke.
you just have to you put something in a joke structure, and then you just don't deliver, and that's it.
Yep. There you go.
It's like okay, what? But no, but watch. No, look, I can get one there. So two guys walk into a bar.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we
What?
done?
Yeah, obviously.
An anti-joke is sometimes just a statement. All right, that's my bit. We've unlocked the secret behind the franchise
Symbolism.
of this book.
So we've unlocked the Jeff Presents achievement. 5% of PS4 players have this
Woo!
one.
Super rare trophy.
Okay, I'm gonna just pick a chapter at random.
There's as much an opportunity to find something worthwhile in a random chapter than something that we actually remember.
Honestly, it's true.
Okay.
I was also interested in the fact that like Naya was like very much hot off the press, has got to come down and gotta get in this pyramid. And one of the things she says early on, she's just like, I promise I won't take any photos or say I won't write about it.
Oh yeah, that was super weird. It was like her bargain to be let in to see the tomb was like.
She batted her eyes and she was just like, pretty please.
I'm a journalist, but I won't write about it. I promise.
I promise I won't
will
write about
never.
it.
This is offensive because formatting more than anything else.
Where are we?
So, okay. So, this is chapter 16, which is on mine, page 80.
Let's see here.
So, and by the way, at this point, if you're thinking about, instead of the pages or the chapters, you're thinking about Goosebumps books as like a series of like stages. This is still like stage 2, like where we're
Yes.
getting our initial reveals of the big monster.
It stretches out the beginning part
It's
far into the middle of the book.
3/4 of it is beginning.
So this is where they're doing their sort of Bloody Mary scene where they found the secret words. And now they're like, ooh, are you brave enough to say it 5 times? And so this is the okay. I'll start on page 78. I'm gonna chant the words 5 times. I told her, see if anything happens. And then sorry, or I'm just gonna call her girl. Girl goes, please, Gabe, don't do it. Don't. It's too dangerous. And then but instead, that's what he thought she would say. But instead, girl was like, give it a try.
Just do it,
Do it,
coward.
hot shot.
And that's but the reason why she was doing that is because emotionally, that's where we are. It's like, yes, let's make something happen.
Make something happen, Gabe.
Yeah.
So,
Jesus.
and then he's like, you sure? And she's like, yeah.
But wait till you hear these incredible words. They are.
And then she replied as she was pulling out a pair of denim cutoffs for some reason. And he was like, why is she so casual about this? And then anyway, he starts doing it. And he says it once, Tekikaru, Tekikaru, Tekikaru. And then it says the second time.
Joe, don't say it for real. Jesus.
It's Tekikaru, Tekikara.
I wasn't trying to really
Tekikari.
say it, Danielle. I don't want mummies in here. I just moved in. And then he did it the 3rd time, 4th time. And then he's like, should I go for 5? Because that's where they break the chapter. And the reason why is because they want you, the reader,
to feel like there are
to have a sense of danger. Because what's going to happen on this next page?
tension.
Here's what happens. It says, should I say it? It felt another chill on my neck. It's a 4,000-year-old superstition. I don't even know the meaning of it. No way. And then there's this. I suddenly thought of all the old movies I had rented. So he's like, oh, those movies were stupid, but I loved them. And now staring down at Sorry, I saw that she was really scared or bored. I'm going to go with scared.
It's hard to tell the difference.
He took a deep breath and realized that he felt scared. But I, the reader, don't.
No,
But
I
it was
feel
too-
nothing
but
this
it
whole
was,
book.
But it was too late because he couldn't chicken out now. And he did it. He said it one more again. And then Sorry climbed to her feet and she tugged at a strand of dark hair. And then she goes, admit it. Oh, then he says, admit it. You're freaked out. And she's like, nah,
Brah.
go ahead, Gabe. Chant the words again. What? Chant them 100 times. You're not going to scare me. No way.
I love her.
But we both gasped when suddenly we saw a dark shadow roll across the tent wall and heard a voice say, are you in there?
Oh no, the bubby talks.
By the way, that was a full chapter I just read.
That was an entire ass chapter.
It really is. It's okay. This is boring. It's boring on like 2 levels, which is actually impressive because it's boring on the level of the stakes in this are so low.
Yes.
Well, you don't even know what the stakes are.
Because are there stakes?
There are no stakes this entire movie.
So the idea is like if they say these words, it's like horror movie bullshit that would happen at the start of a story as opposed to like 90 pages into it, where it's like if you say these spooky words, curse, bad thing.
Yeah, no, nothing specific. They don't say specifically what will happen.
But it's like it's just like the ritual of doing this is spooky. But it's like it's too late in the book to have this. 1.
Yeah.
And 2, it's offensive because he broke a chapter. to do this, to have him say not to say the words, to say the words the last time.
Yeah, the chapter 16, which is after that, is a page and a half long.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Well, this is chapter 16 that I've been reading from. Fooled you. I moved up to chapter you didn't fucking notice
even know.
because
All the
it didn't
same.
make sense to do so.
And there's no sense that the mummy is dangerous. Like, other than the fact that it would be freaky.
No, because there's no mummy in the book until way too late. And then finally we get chapter 17, where as it turns out, it was not a mummy. It was it was Dr. Noah Fielding of Mighty Boosh fame, who was just there for who gives a shit. The door to their tent or flap, I guess, opens, which aren't they see-through? Anyway, it opens and there's Dr. Fielding, and the whole time the guy's like, oh, the mummy's alive. Spooky thing. No.
It got here real quick. It was just waiting.
It's like lightning fast.
So that was bad. I mean, it was everything that you expect in a Goosebumps book. Chapters that are too short.
Tension that is supposed to be there but isn't.
Well, and again, like part of the issue being Mummy as a monster is a hard sell.
Yes.
You have to take mummies as a concept, not a physical one monster deal, and use that for your book. What if the curse started turning Uncle Ben into a mummy slowly?
Yeah, that'd be better. That'd be better. 'Cause
Like all of a sudden he starts kind of like going with a limp and like, you know, like he seems to like kind of just moan. I guess it's just a zombie.
like, what if the curse of the mummy is that you turn into a mummy, which is just a fancy zombie?
Yeah. Mummies are just fancy zombies.
They really are. Like, they don't even eat you.
But they don't even eat you.
So
if a mummy
do they
gets
do
you, what
then?
does it do? Okay, first of all, question to both of you, and question to you, the listener. If a mummy got you, you fucked up. You're in the corner. You did the.
If a mummy got you, you deserved it.
But what would it do to you? Like in your head, what does that scene look like?
I'm imagining it strangles you
Okay, why?
because it has hands.
But why would it want to strangle you?
Fun.
Joe, if a mummy got you, what in your head? What's the first thing it would do? What's the danger of the mummy getting you?
I don't know. I feel like if a mummy got me, the first thing he'd say is like, "Now what?"
It's like a dog chasing after a car.
I don't even know
it's
what I
like,
would
what
do
I
if
do
I
with it
catch
now?
it.
I caught it.
I guess I'll blow up the hospital.
I think mummies as a concept are also just so like specific to one. Like you don't see mummies in anywhere aside from a museum or a pyramid. I'm not really close to either of those things. And it's hard to get that sense of like immediate danger and like creepiness when it's something that's so specific to one location.
Yeah, like it's not so like saying those words.
Well, Jeff, you say that about like sharks.
I'm sorry, have you seen a shark recently?
Did you summon a shark?
Did a shark get you?
I did say the 5 shark
Did you
words.
say techie, sharky, techie, shark?
Baby
bug,
shark,
techie-
do. Oh,
I
fuck.
did summon baby
Oh,
shark.
God. The earworm has been summoned.
I mean, it's like I want to blame this book at 100%, but I also have to blame a little bit of just the concept of a mummy.
A mummy's not great.
I feel like R.L. Stine was given like by the publisher being like, hey, you need to do some mummy shit.
Yeah, mummies sell.
We paid you for 2 mummy stories.
So we want 2 goddamn mummy stories.
And you better put a mummy in it, and it better walk around a little bit this
It
time.
better like be there for at least a page.
And your heart better be in it, or as much as it can be, because I know mummies take their organs out and put them places. Ha ha ha, real funny. Feel free to use that, but make the fucking book.
What if mummies were walking around trying to get people's organs so that they could
Just a slob like one of us.
Yeah, what if a mummy was like a zombie, but when it got you, it was trying to steal your organs so it
Yeah.
could be alive again?
It's trying to roofie you, stick you in a bathtub, you wake up and you're missing your kidneys.
It switches places with you where it becomes alive and you become a mummy.
Okay, Danielle, when did you start pitching Brendan Fraser's The Mummy? Because that, I think, literally happens in that movie.
I mean, it's brilliant.
It took him 6 years to be brave enough. People are over mummy stories. Stargate, The Curse of the Mummy Returns, we did it. But then Brendan Fraser, hot off of Monkey Bone.
Oh, hot off that hot monkey bone success.
The mummy's plight is it is always looking for more bandages because its bandages are always falling off.
Oh, constantly. Have you ever tried to like wrap your entire self in bandages and keep them in place?
If a mummy captures you, if it corners you finally, Jojo and Danielle, and it captures you, all it's going to do is say, hey, can you go to Rite Aid for me?
Yeah. Could you get me some bandages?
I don't have any money. I'm a mummy. You're going to have to spot
You
me.
need to get me some bandages on my legs and my arms from you. Bandages. Maybe
it turns its victims into bandages.
Ooh.
Maybe it takes their skin.
It takes their skin
and turns that into a bandage.
I love this.
You could make mummies creepy and scary. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Fucking like Hannibal the Cannibal, but it's a mummy.
But it's a mummy. You know what? Take anything and then just be like, take anything really scary and then also just add, but it's a mummy.
But also it's a mummy. Yes.
Can we move on to the end of this dumb book?
No, we gotta
I
talk
don't
about
know.
spiders.
Oh, yeah, Danielle's got to think about spiders. And then we're moving on to the end of this dumb book.
Okay, Danielle, what's your thing about spiders? 8 legs?
Oh, yeah, wasn't this scene just a rip from the first book?
Yeah, except wasn't it scorpions the last
I
time?
don't remember the book, the first book enough to be able to call it out like that. And the fact that you can says more about you than me.
That I'm literate?
Yeah, I'm literate and also retain information.
And I drink a lot, Jojo, so that says something about you.
More like shitterate.
Fuck you, man. Hey, I know this is all fun and fucking gas, but right now, fuck you. I know where you live. You're 5 minutes away now. I biked by your place earlier today.
Oh boy.
All right, so Danielle, what's this thing about spiders?
Okay, so before we get to spiders, I'm going to talk a little bit about colonialism because I know you wouldn't let me do it otherwise. So, can we just point out the fact that historically, especially Britain, real guilty of busting into other people's ancient civilizations, stealing their things, putting them in museums, profiting off them, and then just like completely treating the source culture as if it were purely there for their own benefit.
Look, we all watch Black Panther. We know.
Okay, because I just want to say that when Uncle Ben opens the fucking vault thing tomb, he's like, look at all this shit. And then he's like, I'm going to put some of that shit on my mantelpiece.
But it's great. It's fine, Danielle, because he himself is Egyptian.
Yeah, right.
Get to the spiders.
Get to the spiders.
So this is the end of chapter 9. And this is the only part of the book that gave me any feeling at all. And the feeling was horror, in fairness.
That book's been like, man, I made her feel so good, man. I don't even worry about it, man. I went out with that
she's
Danielle
feeling
girl.
good. Oh, I took care of it.
I took care of her real.
Care of it.
And then he's gonna listen, and the book's gonna listen to this podcast and be like, oh man.
Oh shit.
Oh, beans.
All right. So they're in the tomb or the pyramid. And how does he fall? It doesn't matter. He falls into some kind of hole.
He like leans against a wall and then falls.
Yeah. And he's trapped down there and he's calling and nobody hears him. And he's like, I was leaning back on my hands, starting to feel better. Then my right hand started to itch. I reached to scratch it and brushed something away and realized my legs were itching too and felt something crawling on my left wrist. I shook my hand hard. What's going on here? I whispered to myself. My entire body tingled. I felt soft pinpricks up my arms and legs. Shaking both arms, I jumped to my feet and banged my helmet against a low ledge. The light flickered on. I gasped when I saw the crawling creatures in the narrow beam of light. Spiders. Hundreds of bulby, white spiders, thick on the chamber floor. They scuttled across the floor. They scuttled across the floor, climbing over each other. As I jerked my head up and the light swept up with it, I saw that the stone walls were covered with them too. The white spiders made the wall appear to move as if it were alive. Spiders hung on invisible threads from the chamber ceiling. They seemed to bob and float in midair. I shook one off the back of my hand. Blah, blah, blah. I'm legitimately creeped out. First of all, he calls them bulby.
Yeah, I got a big butt.
They got look like light bulbs, and they're white. They're translucent. That's creepy.
That's horrifically evocative.
One scene about spiders is scarier than anything about mummies.
It really is. Yeah. Like, this is what's going to stay with me, not the mummy part.
Yeah, I do remember the spider part, and I was just like, but then I was also like, wait, they did this exact same thing in the previous book.
Yeah, but it was scorpions. I don't care about scorpions.
Yeah, it was a creepy, it really just shows that, like, it's the simple things that can be scary.
Yeah, like spiders. Or being stuck in a location and getting crawled on.
Correct.
See, honestly, put me in a room with one spider that I can't kill.
Yeah, that's just like creeping around.
Put me in a room with a bee.
Oh, man. But then,
you mean Bee Room, the indie movie.
Yeah, I don't care how fucking brave you are. If I put you in a locked room with a bee, you're going to have a bad time.
Bees.
Let's say wasp.
Yeah, wasps meaner.
We don't need to get people angry at bees more than they are.
Killer wasps.
Right. All wasps are killers, Danielle. There doesn't exist a wasp that hunts for peace.
Until now, a new movie from DreamWorks.
Peaceful.
One wasp that didn't want to kill.
What if we didn't just kill everything we encountered? Oh, shut up, Smarby. Smarby the Peace Wasp.
God.
From the makers of Finding Nemo.
and the cast of B Movie. It's just Jerry Seinfeld again.
Oh, God.
What if bees had sex with women?
Oh.
What if that bee was me?
Oh.
What if I wasn't a bee and just me and I had sex with women?
No, Jerry, you know that's not going to happen.
Who are these people?
These people, am I right?
Okay.
Okay, so now we've gotten through B Movie. We've gotten through The Mummy.
We got through Bart Simpson.
We've gotten through
We've gotten through
Stargate.
Stargate.
We've earned the finale of this book.
This is the biggest whiplash I've ever gotten from one of these books. Not really whiplash. I would just say like you know that woman is not on the level, and you know there's going to be something, but you don't expect like 6 paragraphs of expositionary dialogue at the end of an oral story.
Or like 7 chapters of final showdown. So the finale begins on page.
It's chapter 23, I think. It's
Well, it starts on page 103, which is chapter 22. So they're making a run for it from, I guess, a mummy. I don't know. But I was desperate to find my mummy hand, says Gabe, because I guess through this book it was important to him. We've got to make a run for it, I told Sorry. The mummy's slow and stiff. If we can get past him. And then she goes, but what about Daddy?
Fuck him.
She's like 13, by the way, so that's gross.
yeah.
We can't just leave him here. I don't know if y'all ever watched that show Dynasty. It's creepy in that too. We have to, I told her. We'll get help. We'll come back for him. And then the mummy made a brittle cracking sound as it stepped forward, the sound of an ancient bone breaking, which I guess is threatening stuff.
Yeah, but also like that just means that it's falling apart. Just keep walking.
Seriously, you can't even step without breaking a bone? It's like made of paper.
It's falling apart at the seams, and the seams you can see. So they try to duck under the mummy's outstretched hand. They fail.
If you get caught by a mummy and you die by a mummy, it's your fault.
You suck.
My neck tingled because he was escaping from the mummy. But they were nearly the doorway when they saw a flickering light, and Starry and I both cried, and we skated to a stop as this beam of light swept the room. Behind the light, a figure stood in the doorway. Nyla, I cried. Nyla, help us. He's come alive. Mummy's alive.
Mummy's
back.
The hit 90s cartoon show Mummy's Alive.
Nyla stepped in the room and then says, come to me, my brother. And that's page 105. And now we're on page 23. And actually, I was excited for this part because it was like, okay, good. Now we can now I can know what happened.
Yeah, now we can have something happen.
And this is what we hear. Nyla, stop it. What are you doing? Sorry, he said. And then Nyla says, Nyla, I guess, is not talking to Sorry. She's talking to the mummy. But
she's
also
talking to just
us,
the world.
To
She's
us.
talking
the
to
audience.
the air.
She goes, it is I,
It is I.
your sister. She called it. Don't do that, by the way. Don't say it is I and then not have anything to follow it up with.
Don't say it is I and then your follow-up is sister.
A triumphant smile crossed her pretty face because she still looks good.
They did her. They turned it into a hand wringing villain pretty quickly.
Yes.
She still looks.
Yeah.
I've waited so long for this day, Nyla told the mummy. Is the sentence?
Yeah.
Yep.
I have waited so many centuries, my brother, hoping that someday someone would uncover your tomb and we could be reunited. How do you not fucking remember where this place was?
How did you not die?
So in 5,000 years, so she's just like, shit, is it this? It's not this room. I'm just gonna
wrong
go.
room.
Have you? I have. It's so hard to find someone to co-sign a lease with. I have brought you back to life, my brother. I have waited for centuries, but it will all be worth it. You and I will share all this treasure, and with our powers, which I guess we have, we shall rule Egypt together, as we did 4,000 years. So how long is it? Is it 5 or 4?
I don't know, but I want to see the Ally McBeal, working woman making her way independently while waiting for her brother's tomb to be discovered, so she can bring him back from the dead. But she's got to make ends meet in the meantime.
And then she looks down at Gabe and us, I guess, who are stunned that this is what's happening. And she goes, "Thank you, Gabe. Thank you for the summoner."
Which is the little hand.
The little hand.
The ancient words weren't enough. I needed the summoner too. What if Gabe wasn't here?
Yeah, what was your plan? Because she really wanted to get in there anyways.
Yeah.
She didn't see the summoner until after a while.
Get in there and then just gaze wistfully.
She didn't know that he was coming here or had this.
No.
Give it back, I demanded, reaching out for it. It is mine.
I want you.
Nyla, give it back. Mine.
Well, actually, really, it's not yours, Gabe.
And she goes, you won't be needing it. Destroy them, my brother. Destroy them now. There can be no witnesses. Why?
My brother stepped forward and all his bones cracked.
Yeah, destroy them. He's just like, fuck.
But what would witnesses do, especially children?
What would they be? This girl's a sister to this mummy over here.
Yeah, this fucking lady, she brought a mummy back to life. It's her brother, and they're like in love. Like, no one's gonna.
They're just like, we were on board until the it's love part.
Danielle, I swear to God, we game planned in the lobby, but we would say, and we all said not that. Okay, destroy them now. There can be no witnesses. I shoved my shoulder against her, trying to push her away like a football lineman, but Nyla held her ground. Was surprising to you, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
not surprised at a woman's strength.
No.
And she goes, Nyla, I just want to get daddy and get out of here. You can do what you want, which is a completely reasonable thing to say. And then she's like, no, destroy them both. They can't leave this tomb alive.
Why?
You know what? That would just make the cops come here, mummy. The mummy's like, no.
And you're just gonna have missing children.
They turn around, and for several lines, they just watch the mummy walk toward them doing nothing.
Slowly.
Put him on a treadmill. Put the mummy on one of those things at the airport that makes him walk faster.
Absolutely break it.
That chapter ends, and now we're in chapter 24. So this is a 3-chapter, like you're reading this, they're assuming you're reading this across the course of a day. So they're giving you many spots to stop. The mummy dives at them, and then it wraps its tarred hands around Nyla's throat. So she got caught by the mummy, Jeff.
That's right. The mummy went after her. It was like, fuck this.
Which, given how we've talked about the competence or incompetence of heroes being caught by mummies, that means that in no way was she a competent villain.
No,
Nope.
well, her hubris got the best of her because she was always like, mummy's never going to get me. Especially
Yeah.
my brother, mummy.
I know.
And then they whispered the words, let me rest in peace, which I guess is a zinger. But also, hey, gang,
Yeah.
why does the mummy know English?
Exactly.
I know we never do this.
Okay.
Never cinema sends it.
We never cinema sins Goosebumps, but this is the least sensical thing.
Okay, but let me explain. It's the pendant. It's a translator.
Okay, so Danielle has made up some dumb bullshit to explain it.
No.
If you
Okay.
ever wanted to know Danielle's true purpose, it's that even when it's a book or piece of fiction that she absolutely hates, if Jojo and I think about one part of it and we say one thing we think, she will come around and find something to be contrary about.
What else is there to talk about?
And then Nyla's being choked, and for some reason,
Hell yeah, she is.
Harder, Daddy.
Gabe runs around and is like, "Hey, let her go." You know what I mean? Like you can't just ignore it.
I mean, I
You can't just-
guess.
you gotta do
She's like,
something.
she's too hot. Please stop.
Yeah, yeah, she's too hot. She's the hottest person in any Goosebumps book. But I'll let her go.
She's the only character I think in any Goosebumps that they've specifically cited that she is an attractive woman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually.
she's a girl boss.
Yeah, and now
Yes.
she's being choked for our pleasure.
Yep.
Let go. I shrieked. I leaped on the mummy's back, curse of the mummy's back, and tried to pull its hands from Nyla's throat.
Which should be easy. They would break apart like so much shredded wheat.
It would turn to dust.
It was
Yeah.
breaking its bones walking to you. Then it heaved itself straight up and struggled to toss me off its shoulders. I gasped, startled by the mummy's surprising strength. You're like 10. As I startled, everything that's this strong surprises you. As I started to slide off the mummy's bandaged back, I reached out my hand, grabbing grabbing air, and then I grabbed Nyla's amber pendant. In my efforts to save her, I killed her. I grabbed her amber pendant. It shattered, and then she died. She turns. She's like, "My life, mine Liebe," and then she falls to the ground, and she explains that she was a bug who.
She explains why she is dying because of what's
Yeah,
happening.
she's like, I lived in this thing, and I was.
You know, if someone broke our apartment, I might die though.
It's true.
So her clothes collapse, and then a scarab crawls out, and then scuttles away.
So she's naked, effectively. We get our first nude character
Yep.
also.
We got our first naked scene.
And then he goes, and then Sari's like, "I guess that was Nyla."
Yep. I guess that's what that was.
I always knew she was some sort of beetle.
Yes.
And then the mummy grabbed him, and then he spun around, and it turns out it was Uncle Ben.
So the mummy just goes back to his sarcophagus.
Yeah, the mummy's just like, I go to sleep now.
Well, behind him, the mummy was just standing hunched over, frozen, lifeless.
Yep.
And then Uncle Ben's like, it's a close call. Page 115. My heart jumped to my throat. I grabbed Uncle's arm. More mummies, all of them brought to life. But actually, they were just the police and Dr. Fielding. But for whatever reason, we were sentenced to yet another chapter break at something that turned out to be nothing.
At the end of the book. At that point,
a little bit more nothing to put on top of this.
Hey, you thought you were done with the nothing?
No, nothing's
No.
not done with you.
And so ends.
What a bad book.
It was not good.
No.
That was the finale of
Yeah.
Return of the Mummy. I forgot the name of this book as I'm looking at
The
it.
Curse of the Mummy's Curse 2? Electric Mummy Mummaloo?
Return of the Mummy.
The third Mummy movie where they fought and they fought like the terracotta soldiers.
I remember when I started getting to like chapter 6 and 7, I was just like, well, guess I'm skimming all these pages.
Well, this isn't going to be a book.
It wasn't a book, and that was the thing. It was barely an outline of a book.
It was the whisper of a thought of a book.
But it did make me want to rewatch Brendan Fraser's The Mummy. Thank you to the band Dog Party for the use of our theme song, Bad Dream, off of the album Hit and Run. It's a wonderful song by a wonderful band. You can check them out at dogpartylive.com and dogparty.bandcamp.com. We still have not received an email from them saying stop using our song, and we're just going to keep writing it until that happens.
We have signed documentation that we're still on the level.
The next episode of our show, God Willing and the Creek Don't Rise, should be coming out on March the 9th. Where we will be talking about probably another Goosebumps book.
God, I hope it's better. It can't be worse than this one.
If I had to guess, the next one we're going to be reading is Phantom of the Auditorium, but I don't know.
People like that one.
People like that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but people like all of them, and people are dumb.
Yeah, Danielle, I think what we're seeing here is people like the idea of Goosebumps.
People like they have a fond memory, but they probably couldn't recite the actual plot of any of these books to us.
And even as we recite them, we can't even recite the plot of these fucking books.
And I have it in front of me.
If you want to check out stuff we do, go to mom-hat.com. That's mom-hat.com. We have shirts and things there.
Hell yeah, we do.
And also we do streams on occasion and other comedy stuff as we are settling into whatever workflow 2022 is going to be like for the Mom Hat crew.
We're diversifying right now.
We're diversifying. We're exploring the space. We're learning the blockchain.
Yeah.
Anything other fucking news I need to give about our show? Danielle, should people review us?
Yeah, and also you can also email us. I'm going to shout out Tom, who emailed us to talk about Creepshow 2, because you assholes wouldn't. So at least Tom was like, yeah, man.
Were you talking to Jeff and I just now?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, I was.
Fuck off. Go on.
I'll kill you. And so Tom, shout out to you. The rest of you also could send us an email. You can tell us what you think of Creepshow 2 or The Mummy or Butts or...
If you want a pen pal and you want that pen pal to be Danielle,
yeah,
email us.
You can also leave us a review. Spotify makes it super easy now. And Apple Podcasts, I guess, is still an important metric. I mean...
Good Pods is a
Good
big
Pods.
one right now.
Good Pods loves us for some reason.
Good Pods, we love you back.
Yeah, we don't have any reviews so far on Good Pods. You could be the first one to go review us on Good Pods.
If you're listening to us on Good Pods, send us an email because how? Why?
Yeah.
All right, Danielle, do you got that last line so we can get the fuck out of this book and I never have to read it again?
Never think about it again.
Until we remaster this and then we have to read it again.
We got to go back in and add in sound effects and computer graphics.
I know we say I'll never have to read it again. I'm going to have to listen to this episode a few times over.
Yeah,
too.
you are. So
why,
brace
Jeff?
yourself.
We got it in one.
I don't see anything that needs to be cut. This is the aftermath. With Dr. Fielding's there, Ben's there, kids are there, and they're walking. Police are there. They're walking out. We started toward the doorway, but a police officer interrupted. Could I ask just one question? He asked, staring at the upright mummy in the center of the floor. Did that mummy walk? Which is a wild question.
He's a cop, Danielle. He has to ask questions.
I mean, I know he's got to get the facts.
This is very
but-
much a Columbo moment. one more thing.
One more
before I
thing. Did
forget.
that mummy walk?
Yeah. And so, of course not, Uncle Ben replied quickly, a grin spreading over his face. If it could walk, what would it be doing in this dump? This dump that's full of treasure that you've desperately been trying to get at? Okay, Uncle Ben, sure. Well, once again, I turned out to be the hero of the day.
Fuck off.
And, of course, later in the tent, I wasted no time in bragging about my courage to Sari,
Your cousin who was there.
and who you might have a crush on. Sari had no choice. She had to sit there and take it. I'm not going to say anything. After all, I was the one who had stopped the mummy and turned Nyla back into a beetle by smashing her pendant.
Yeah, we fucking know. It
You
was
were
a
there,
page
man.
ago.
Jesus.
At least you're not too conceited. Sari shot back, rolling her eyes. Lame. Really lame.
What?
Well, that scarab crawled away and disappeared, she said. An evil smile crossed Sari's lips. I'll bet that bug is waiting for you, Gabe. I'll bet it's waiting for you in your cot, waiting to bite you. I laughed. Sorry, you'd say anything to try to scare me. You just can't stand the idea that I'm the hero. You're right, she replied dryly. I can't stand the idea. Good night, Gabe. A few minutes later, I was in my pajamas and ready for bed. What a night! What an amazing night! As I slid into the cot and pulled up the covers, I knew it was a night I would never forget. Ouch! That's literally the end. Ouch.
Fade to black.
Fade to black.
My name is Jojo. I have a PhD.
My name's Danielle. I have a PhD.
My name is Jeff, and I like the movie Stargate just fine.
Me too.
Fuck off. This has been Geesebumps, the Did You Mean Goosebumps podcast. And until next time, there's a hook for that.
Just like somebody I used to know.